Hey everybody, Brad and Vic here. So it is, it's about 9:25 here on Saturday morning. White Horse is taking us over to Buckshot Diner. Apparently they got a great breakfast there, so we're gonna go enjoy some breakfast with them. Yeah. We also had a really fabulous morning, actually just learning all about White Horse. But it's a really interesting place, and people, it literally is the last place of freedom in the world, I think.
Yeah, you need to come and check this out. This is something extraordinary happening here.
Yeah, in fact, I think it's something that everybody should experience, you know, if you're able to, because it makes you kind of focus a little bit more on the importance of life, I think. And, you know, almost everybody that we've talked to, where there's at least 3 really heavy discussions that we had with people who've been down on their luck. One found his way here, and that was White Horse himself. He was talking about how the Creator just, and that's what he calls God, but Creator just kept pulling him towards SLAB City, and he didn't even know it, right? And then we met a young fellow last night, and him and his significant other, you know, they've only been here for about 2 or 3 weeks, and so they're in this transitional period right now where they're trying to find their way, and he kind of looks at SLAB City as his last hope, really. So, and then we met this beautiful young gal named Jinxie, who was the MC last night at the range.
Jinxie Bonesaw is my name. And
an amazing person, and you know, she's got quite a story that she shared with us as well, and her beauty just really shone through this morning while we're having coffee at the Oasis Coffee Club.
Oh, Ooba-doo, wanna be like you. I wanna walk like you, talk like you too. You see, it's true that a name like me can learn to be human, learn to be human, learn to be human too.
You know, I think, you know, when Vic and I show up, you know, we don't necessarily fit in with this crowd, and it's pretty obvious. But at the same time, you know, even though we get a couple of looks, it's not really one of judgment. I feel it's more of, you know, there's some interest as to who these people are, why are they here, and, you know, and everybody's actually been very friendly.
Yeah, it's been just wonderful experience.
Yeah. Anyway, so we're off to breakfast now. White Horse is leading the way, and we're going to the Buckshot Cafe. Hey, we just finished up our breakfast here with White Horse, and we had some mighty fine biscuits and gravy.
Wow, and that was just tasty. Biscuits and gravy, a true Southern delight.
Yeah, Southern California, and so it included like a sausage patty that was pretty good. Wonderful biscuits. So Vicky was our server here today, and maybe you can give a recommendation for people to come down here to Buckshot Cafe. Why should they come to Buckshot?
Oh, we have the best food in the town.
Yeah.
Okay, we're very welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you.
Muchas gracias.
Yeah, so that was Vicky.
Yeah,
thanks. Yeah, really charming place. Great food.
Yeah.
So anyway, what they did was they had biscuits, and they had the sausage patty, and then an egg, and then they just totally smothered it with sausage gravy, and it was pretty tasty.
Very, very tasty.
Tell them what you can do if you want to spice it up a little bit there, Vic.
They have this beautiful tasting salsa verde, which is green salsa, and you just scoop it, you put it right on top, and it was, I thought it was tasting great, but it was unusual because actually White Horse had never seen anybody put salsa on biscuits and gravy before either.
Yeah. We highly recommend that if you're coming down to the Salton Sea, and if you're coming down to SLAB City, that you make a stop at Buckshot Cafe.
Buckshot Cafe. Hey, for sure.
All right, so now we're gonna go gas up, and we're gonna head back. We'll probably see Salvation Mountain today, and maybe fly that drone out there.
Yeah, and we're gonna go to East Jesus.
Yeah, right. Well, Vic, here we are. We're at Salvation Mountain. We're just heading up to it. Why don't we walk up over here? We're gonna go find a safe place where we can get that drone in the air. I think it's a really cool spot. Of course, remember kids, fly safely, fly according to the rules.
So this Salvation Mountain was was a ministry of a guy that lived out here who painted this entire side of a hill, Brad,
Yeah,
with his message.
yeah. And the message being?
Message is that God is love and God loves you. And here's a fellow drone pilot right here.
What are you flying?
Mavic Pro.
Oh, okay.
This is a 3.0 for me. I've lost one in Rio de Janeiro.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And one in the Thames River in London.
Oh, man, oh, man.
And,
This is Wolf. So tell us a little bit about Salvation Mountain and why people come here.
Leonard Knight started building the mountain in 1984, and he completed it in about 2012. He lost his eyesight due to diabetes, and he passed away in 2014. He wanted to put a message out for his love for Christ and his love for people. Therefore, people could come here and enjoy it for life. Social media over the past few years has really blown it up. I hear that there's writings in England about this place. I hear that there are like books and stuff. We've had European artists come out here and do photo shoots or music videos. You know, it's just a place where people can unwind, have fun, and enjoy themselves, even though you have people that live out here. During the wintertime, we have the first Saturday of every month, we hold what we call a paint party. People come out here, they do painting, they do helping with the reconstruction of it, and then afterwards we hold a pizza and sodas for everybody.
yeah, what an amazing place. I first discovered this on social media too, like you mentioned. But this to be seen with your own eyes is really a wonderful experience.
This is a 28-year dedication by one man who did like 99.8% of the work by himself.
Yeah.
He drug in telephone poles. If you look at that telephone pole right there above the museum,
Yeah.
he drug that in by himself, by hand, and then erected it in order to make the museum.
And where did he live? Did
He
he
lived
live in
in
there?
this truck right behind.
So Brad, what's behind us here? What's special about this interesting looking truck?
I don't know what it looks like, an old Ford or an old International truck, but the interesting thing about that is this is where Leonard Knight lived when he was painting and creating Salvation Mountain. It's really not much of a space, so I guess this is one example of high density living.
Yeah. Minimalist.
He said that an artist's life was hard. We can imagine how hard it was for him to do all this 40 to 50 times a day, carrying 2 buckets of mud or 2 5-gallon buckets of mud or 2 5-gallon buckets of paint up that mountain.
Right.
Well, thanks a lot, Wolf. That was a real
No problem.
pleasure. Yeah, I learned a lot. Appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you, Wolf. That was awesome.
We're having a lot of fun out here at Salvation Mountain. Took us a little while to get going. We're running a little bit behind schedule, but hey, we're in SLAB City, so soon go on, is what the saying is. So it's
SLAB City time.
That's right. So we got to test that out. Now the wind is picking up, so this is a great opportunity to test out this jet cat on the microphone, and it's starting to rain. So now we're going to go inside, and we're going to go check out the museum right here at Salvation Mountain before it starts raining too much. Okay, I know we said that we're leaving, but actually we got this amazing sign for Salvation Mountain behind us. We had a really great afternoon here, well, late morning and afternoon. We learned a couple things, like God is love. I think that's probably the most important thing.
And God never fails.
And God never fails. So really it's a positive message that Leonard Knight, the creator of Salvation Mountain, wanted to spread. This was in fact his masterpiece, and I'd have to say it's a real masterpiece. So we saw all kinds of things there. We saw painted cars and trucks. We saw caves that were all painted up inside. We couldn't tell if it was a real tree in there or not, just the way that everything was so painted up there, Vic.
Yeah, no, it's really truly a remarkable place. So come and visit Salvation Mountain.
GoPro, stop recording.
All right, yay, it's on. Sweet, we're She-Verb, as we just covered. We've been hanging out in Bombay Beach all month to write and record a new album. And